it's magic, you know.
Hey, what's up everyone? Harry Potter is such a massive series that I could probably do a top 10 heroes and a top 10 villains. But I decided to do a top 10 of every single Harry Potter pop there's ever been. It was actually very difficult, one of the most difficult top 10s I've ever done. Especially because there's a lot of repeat pops of the same characters. Or for example, Harry Potter wearing the sorting hat is a really cool one. It didn't make my top 10, but there's also a pop of Ron and Hermione wearing the sorting hat. So it's hard to choose which one is actually best. It comes down to very little details. As you watch this video, remember this is just my opinion. Of course your opinion is going to differ. And no two people are going to come up with the same top 10. And I welcome what you think is a top 10 in the comments below. Also, this list consists of just regular standard sized pop releases. I think the Basilisk is really cool, but it's a 6-inch pop. And I also think Ron on the chess piece is great, but that's a movie moment. So I'm not going to include those in the top 10, even though I think they're great pops. I also really like the 3-pack of the Weasleys in their Irish supporter gear. It's definitely one of my favorite Harry Potter Funko releases. It's just not fair to include them in the top 10 because it's 3 pops in one, and they kind of all work together. Before I get into the top 10, I'm going to talk about a few honorable mentions that I thought were really good but didn't quite make it. Professor Quirrell came out really good. It's one of the first Funko Pops that have kind of like, I wouldn't call it a play feature, but you can remove his turban to reveal Voldemort's face on the back of his head. It's just a cool pop. I also really like the Hot Topic exclusive Bellatrix Lestrange in her prison stripes. It's got a great hair sculpt, and I like the little details like her bare feet, the chain, and her prison numbers. I also like this version of Dumbledore. I like that they actually gave his glasses some lenses. I like his wand, I like the way his hand is posed. And most importantly, outside of the box, this is instantly recognizable as Dumbledore. Harry Potter holding Hedwig is also a Hot Topic exclusive. Hot Topic seems to get a lot of Harry Potter exclusives, and a lot of them are very good. This is one of those pops that if you're only going to get one pop of Harry himself, this wouldn't be a bad one. It's a great representation of the character. Alright, now on to the best of the best, starting with number 10. There's a lot of pops of Hermione, but my favorite one is her with the cauldron, brewing up a potion. This one was also a Hot Topic exclusive, and to me it's just a perfect Hermione pop. It's not the typical standing pose. I love the way the potions look in her hand. They actually look like liquid. The cauldron is separate, so you can kind of put it wherever you want. I love that. It's just a great Hermione pop.
Don't you think I'll get caught?
No. No one ever comes in here.
Fawkes the Phoenix is a newer pop, but it's kind of hard to argue that it's not in the top 10. It's got great details. I love the fire. I love the action pose. And it's got great colors. It definitely stands out in the collection, especially amongst the Harry Potter pops, because there's a lot of browns and blacks. So a nice pop of color is nice to have when you have a lot of pops. I hope that they release a Dumbledore one day holding this guy, or a smaller version of him on a perch that comes with a new mold of Dumbledore. That would be really cool. There's also a flocked version coming out for SDCC, and I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere in the future they make a glow-in-the-dark one as well. I really like this version of Voldemort with Nagini wrapped around his shoulders. It's far superior to the common. The common is a little plain, but this one just looks great, and it's the definitive version of Voldemort in pop form. I really like the sculpt of the head. And yeah, what does it is the snake. The snake just looks awesome on this pop. This guy was exclusive to Pop in a Box, a company I don't really like, but this time they got a great exclusive.
Nagini. Dinner.
Nearly Headless Nick is a pop that really stands out amongst all the other Harry Potter pops because it does have that ghost color scheme. Funko did a really good job conveying the fact that he is a ghost, because that can be kind of tricky. There's a common version and a glow-in-the-dark version. Obviously, because he's a ghost, the glow-in-the-dark version is the best one, but they both look good. Great sculpt, great effect with the paint, and I really like the way they did his head nearly coming off.
You're nearly Headless Nick.
I prefer Sir Nicholas, if you don't mind.
Nearly headless? How can you be nearly headless?
Like this.
Oh, it's magic, you know.
And here's another really eye-catching Hot Topic exclusive, and that is Lucius Malfoy with a Death Eater mask. Really like the metallic paints on it, the textures on his clothes, and just all the little details like the buckle, the snake head, with those tiny little green eyes. This is another must-have pop for Harry Potter fans, I think.
Where's Sirius?
You know, you really should learn to tell the difference between dreams and reality.
Oh, it's magic, you know.
Mad-Eye Moody is one of those pops that looks just like the character. Even someone that's just a very casual fan of Harry Potter, maybe you've seen the movies one time, would instantly recognize this as Mad-Eye Moody. Really love the way they did the eye. And the scarring on the face, the sculpt of the hair and the body is on point. Really great paint job on this guy. There's really nothing I would change about it. It's a perfect pop.
Now, the minister says you're too young to see what these curses do. I say different. You need to know what you're up against. You need to be prepared. You need to find another place to put your chewing gum besides the underside of your desk, Mr. Finnegan.
Oh, it's magic, you know.
One of the things I love about Funko is that they'll make a pop out of a very small moment in a movie, and this one turned out perfect. It's a Bogart as Snape with the ridiculous spell on him. It's just got an insane amount of detail. It's like 4 pops in one, with the vulture and the cats. Just a ton of detail. Like, look at that intricate little paint job on the gloves, the purse, just tons of textures, tons of things to look at with this pop. And like I said before, I just love when they make pops out of tiny but memorable moments like this.
Ridiculous!
Wonderful, Neville, wonderful, incredible, okay.
Oh, it's magic, you know.
The Dementors are one of the creepiest things ever put in a movie, and Funko Pops are known for being kind of cute, but the Dementor as a pop is super, super creepy. The way you can see his ribs, the mouth, the texture on the head, and the way they painted it looks really good. I like the flowing robes with the holes and those creepy, creepy hands. This isn't just the creepiest Harry Potter pop, it's one of the creepiest pops that Funko has ever made. And it's one of those ones that you have to take out of the box to really appreciate, because those robes flow behind them for like at least a couple of inches. It looks really, really good. And another must-have if you're a Harry Potter collector.
Oh, it's magic, you know.
Some of the newer pops that Funko is putting out have so much detail, and Luna Lovegood with the glasses is a great example of that. Just starting at her shoes. They could have just painted those brown, but they used a couple of different shades. Her socks are really detailed, her skirt is really detailed. She's holding the magazine that actually has the cover on it. They sculpted in her earrings. The frames of her glasses have all these nice little decals on them. And I love the way the 2 different color lenses look on it. This is just a great, great pop. It was a Comic-Con exclusive. I believe it was shared with Hot Topic, but it wasn't hard to get at the time. Although now it is. It's a little bit pricier, but I think it's because it is such a great looking pop. And not a lot of people want to get rid of it, even though it was pretty abundant. But it's just a great example of Funko making a perfect pop and the price going up, not because it's super rare, but because it's super cool.
Nite!
Oh, it's magic, you know.
So if you wanted to give a Harry Potter pop to someone that isn't a Funko collector, so they have no pops whatsoever, but they're a huge Harry Potter fan, and you have to pick just one, I think the Harry Potter on Broom, holding the snitch, would be that one. It's the best version of Harry, and he came out absolutely perfect. I like the way his robes are flowing, his hair looks like it's in mid-flight, it's an action post Funko Pop, so it's more unique, and the Quidditch scenes are some of the most exciting in the whole series. To me, this is a perfect pop. And I think any Harry Potter fan would like to have this, not just Funko collectors. This was a Comic-Con exclusive. Like Luna Lovegood, he wasn't that hard to get at the time. I believe he was shared with Barnes & Noble, and there was a lot of them available. But he has gone up in price a little bit. I want to say last time I checked, he was around $50. And it's because he looks great, not so much because he's super rare. But this guy just looks great, and everybody wants him in their collection. Alright guys, that was my top 10 best Harry Potter Funko Pops, as voted on by my Patreons. If you're a patron of mine, I put up a poll with my different ideas of top 10s, and they vote for the one I do. And this time they voted for Harry Potter. So I wanted to thank them for that. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this list, what your top 10 is, what pops you think I should have included in this list, which pops you think I shouldn't have included in this list, how many Harry Potter pops do you have? Or let me know if you've ever been to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter at Universal Studios. I went last month, and honestly, it was way cooler than I expected. They really did a good job of making everything immersive. Even the bathrooms felt like you were in the world of Harry Potter. It was really a great experience. Alright guys, thanks for watching and take it easy.